So, it seems like that you might be getting ready here with the Mystic B versus Deities of Death A. And well, it kind of seems like the Deities of Death should be definitely the favorite, so they are kind of confident that they are going to be able to deal with the team that is going to be right now against them. And oh well, it's kind of strange that their Nightbot is not working. Let's kind of try to correct that. Oh yeah, apparently seems like the Nightbot was actually out, so it should be working later. And therefore, we are also on 2 minute delay, so basically so that you can know what is the reason for the delay somewhere like that, so that we are having some kind of like proper fair play overall in here. And hopefully, well, you are not gonna be having and seeing some kind of problems in the game. As the first map is going to be should be for TMB, when exactly noticed at the very end if it's going to be working properly. It's kind of annoying that the bot is not working, goddammit, why? Why? Hopefully it will start working in time in there. Maybe he is. Who knows? But anyway, let's go back to the game in here. If it's gonna be working for, not gonna be working for this team, then it's gonna be working. And the gods are going to be, for the first match, Brickhead is going to be Oranos. Very interesting choice for him. Shelty as Odin, with Joe as Set. Against them, Logo James is going to be Ra. Too Fast is going to be Oranos, and Hippofei, aka I Go Wonder, is going to be playing Oranos as well. So plenty of them, but we are not in hybrid anymore, so therefore we're gonna be expecting that the Oranoses might not really be all that strong and all that all-powerful as they were in the hybrid in there, but still they didn't win even through their power in there. Fukas definitely took the deserved title overall. You're gonna be having apparently one more medium gold mine in here. It's going to be apparently only the one gold spawn overall, so this is going to be a bit easier for the players who are not Egyptians. For the Egyptians, it's going to be, of course, a bit challenging as they are going to be having to rely on them. But looking at how it's only a few of them, like for example, Logo James with Ra, he seems to be having the gold fairly safe on the backside, but he's going to be playing in a bit of a mirror of the Egyptians in here. They are not the same gods, but still, it's going to be all right. As the set for Joe is going to be having the gold in the front, which is not definitely ideal. He does have at least a wood line here all the way to the bottom. And all the way to the top, he's going to be having another wood line, so potentially he should be able to protect it exactly as he's already working on it right there. On the left side, this is going to be so far Shelty, so they're going to be having Brickhead as the Atlantean in the pocket. Can see already killing one of the oracles, it seems like. He's gonna be having the goats all around so that he can be potentially preventing the shifting sands from Dra, as otherwise there are gonna be plenty of hunt. There's gonna be plenty of hunt and some gold mines in the middle as well for both of the teams, as it seems all the way to the back. And yes, another extra potentially for Shelty, maybe for Brickhead. It really depends what they are going to be approaching to and what they are gonna be deciding to be doing this time around. In the front TC for Shelty seems to be kind of fairly close. It doesn't really give him any kind of control of gold mine or of the map either. So it's definitely not ideal, considering right now the bottom TC for Hippofei, aka I Go Wonder, it's maybe gonna depend really. Because you can see the gold is fairly close by, but it's not really entirely that great. And if there's gonna be secondary gold mine somewhere to the bottom, which is so far not entirely impossible, then it could be something worthwhile, as there's a relic for better cavalry speed. It's actually rather good. Could be potentially useful for the Kontara a bit later in the game, but we must be right now looking behind the bases. So far we see only one gold mine available for Team Mystic B on the right side. There could potentially be second somewhere about here, but also doesn't have to be. And for the opponents so far, they haven't found any kind of back gold mine all that much. Just literally right about now, one for Joe all the way to the top with 300% infantry attack versus Titans. And well, maybe there's gonna be some extra gold mine literally in the corner of the map at this point. Can also read the chat for the players, what they're going to be doing there all together. All together. Oh yeah, there's exactly the gold mine as you're talking about it. So yeah, there's gonna be apparently only one gold mine behind the bases, but already for the Egyptian to the top for Joe, this is definitely a nice bonus. And considering that Logo James as the second Egyptian could be potentially using this as well, it doesn't seem to be all that bad for him altogether. He's gonna be finishing with the piggies, already advancing quite promptly for about 425 advance with the Ptah. And with the ram, as the gold mine in the middle is definitely not, really not bad, because it's fairly close by to the base, so he can potentially drop a Migdal about here if he goes for the faster heroic or something along those lines. As on the left side, the front TC though is definitely one of the worst ones. Looking at the wood line, that's certainly unfortunate. The basically 1-3 file of the woods here. Yeah, well, that's gonna be making it quite hard for him to control. But at the same time, doesn't have to be all that easier for Joe, as it's gonna be cut off from him as well. So definitely one to be looking out for, and it could be important for the overall gameplay. The front TC for Joe is definitely a whole lot better, as it's gonna be basically giving him a bit of a protection for like the trade route a bit later, maybe even just by proxy to his gold mine as well. As the trade route all the way from here, all the way to the back TCs is gonna be certainly quite helpful. It is also gonna depend on the wood line here to the top of the map, as all the way to the bottom there's gonna be a bit of a scouting by Too Fast already, looking at exactly at the hunters for Shelty, spying on them, as Shelty is walling to the bottom, and yeah, well, here we go with the shifting sands exactly. Okay, with a Will Rush, but is he going to be fast enough to destroy this? He really shouldn't be. Quite nice protection, of course, against any kind of good powers whatsoever. But yeah, well, the Freya still gonna be coming forward. And is he... He's gonna die really quickly. Yeah, he doesn't have Skin of the Rhino yet. So, and, oh, right now he's going for it. So he's gonna be losing plenty of villages. Valkyrie is gonna be coming forward, at least trying to right now destroy the Pharaoh. Very well done. And he's gonna be destroying the budget fairly quickly and fairly easy as well. So this seems to be really heading into quite a bit of a failure altogether, especially with the prompt help from the teal player. You can see the one Hiracle, or the Oracle hero. Yep, the TC is not gonna be really falling, and therefore Lego James is gonna be completely gone. They try to go for a cheese, which is of course one of the reasons for that is they really feel that it is of that should be the favorites, which they to be honest are for the whole championship altogether. They are seeded number 1 in the first division, which is right about now the match for that, and therefore they are, well, gonna be probably right now following exactly in the footsteps as that. He's probably not gonna be moving anything forward. Yeah, this is gonna be a rather prompt 1-0 for deities of that, as they kinda try to go for it. Unfortunately, they didn't exactly have what it needed and what they needed to destroy the TC. You can see he's gonna be left at about 400 hit points still, and without the Skin of the Rhino, that is usually not such a strong strategy. Didn't exactly work out this time, as Lego James is gonna be already off. They're gonna be maybe trying a bit of a fun just to get heat, or rather the kind of heat on for the second game a bit. So they're gonna be properly prepared for whatever might be coming in there. So of course right now the Deities of Death are gonna be knowing that they should be having the advantage as far as some kind of like psychological advantage, let's say. And yeah, well, there's gonna be still a bit of a push by Igo Wonder, as apparently the most confident player of them all in this game, and he's gonna be probably killing at least a few houses and whatever like that. But considering that Joe is apparently not even gonna be helping all that much, just gonna be having some kind of AI game, for example, for himself at this stage, it is looking like that maybe it's gonna be heading into a bit of a 2v2, and Shelty with Brickhead will have to beat Hippophae with Too Fast for the first proper win of the season. So there we go. So it's gonna be just kind of definitely not bad army from Too Fast and Hippophae. Okay, I go wonder, but it seems like to me, at least for the time being, that actually right about now Shelty is gonna be able to defend it just by himself. You can see right now Brickhead finally with the army arriving as well, just to kind of ram the point home. As you can see that Shelty is not even gonna be bothering with repairing the TC through full health. It's not entirely needed all that much, and they are going to be, at least for the time being, able to repel the opponents. And once the shockwaves are going to be gone, then the battles are gonna be definitely real, as the Odin, well, he's not gonna be getting any kind of spawns, obviously, as he's not Loki. But so far the battle seems to be going fairly better for the two Atlanteans. The Odin is not doing exactly all that well with the unit composition that he's so far having, but he's basically fully switching into Ursax, and they are probably gonna be forced to fall back at least for the time being. But otherwise, yeah, well, like, Yellow is concentrating pretty much fully on the Murmills. And he's going to be kind of going there, but with the tower right now being researched, he's going to be getting quite incredibly harder. And of course, this is going to be a good opportunity for Shelty to go for the opponent, try to destroy whatever he can at this point. And this is probably going to be resulting in a bit too many losses for Yellow, even though he's going to be destroying the tower quite probably. But he should be losing pretty much all the army, as they right about now, yep, bit of a miscommunication. Purple was running away from that engagement, as Yellow was pretty much engaged fully, but that little miscommunication is probably gonna be costing them a lot more resources than otherwise. Yeah, well, right about now, Shelty. Gonna be some bit of help from Joe, as Joe did get some kind of animals and a bit of an army and of course a bit of a trap. Unfortunately, he seems to be kind of failing slightly in there, and it's gonna be of course resulting into pretty much stop of the assault here to the bottom. But yeah, well, shouldn't be all that bad, and especially since he has taken also a bit of units from the defenders, it maybe doesn't have to be such a huge victory. Such a huge victory altogether. So there we go. So he's gonna be about now waiting basically for just stabilization of the situation. You can see that actually Brickhead with too fast in the pocket. In the pockets are doing fairly well, both of them. As Hippofei, as the yellow player, is so far having quite a nice score, but as an Atlantean, of course, that's not much of a wonder considering what he's right now playing against. As Shelty with the Ulfsaks, with Lone Wanderer already researched in there, and the Turmas not having anything extra on them, with the Murmills being still normal, and for yellow, it seems to be pretty much the same. Yeah, I don't see any kind of extra upgrades, and for the purple player, it's going to be more of the same issue. So yeah, well, there's gonna be just basically a bit of a raid in the middle apparently by Joe, just sending a few spearmen into the middle of the reinforcement route to basically just stop any kind of extra reinforcements that could be potentially coming forward. But the army is definitely not kind of like small from too fast and Hippofei for TMs, as they're doing what they can in the two-player. But yeah, well, of course, the result is pretty much set, and it's gonna be all about if Joe is gonna be letting his teammates Brickhead and Shelty deal with that, or if he's gonna be maybe trying to basically force the game to end a bit earlier in there from their point of view. Yeah, let's just Joe boom so that he can be completely and utterly destroying the opponents altogether in there. Yeah, of course, right now the army, they are gonna be taking it a bit defensively, it seems like. Shelty with Brigade, you can see medium infantry just now being researched for the Norse player. It's gonna be certainly helping in the fights. As for the opponents, we so far don't see the upgrade coming there for the Murmill, even though it would be certainly helpful. As Plow Pickaxe, yeah, well, Joe is gonna be just booming at this point and trying to maybe even get the TCs from the enemy base, but for that he first needs to be getting rid of the towers. But otherwise, there are plenty of resources. This gold is of course not gonna be available either. Plenty of hunts still, as the second TC for Too Fast is right about now on the way. There's gonna be some kind of big engagement right now coming all the way to the bottom. A bit of a miscommunication in there, as they are not on Discord, on TeamSpeak or anything like that. And the Forest Fire is definitely not a bad idea. If he can be actually luring at least a bit of army in there, you can see quite nicely killing the Kero Ballista with the Valkyrie. But otherwise, well, the army seems to be slightly right now getting better for the 80s of that. And yeah, right now purple having some kind of units to the bottom, but it really seems that they are gonna be heading into the GG territory. Yep, it is going to be after, well, it was decided pretty much in about 5 minutes, but we had even double of that altogether. And right about now Too Fast rather, is going to be resigning as well, and we're gonna be heading into the first win in the season for 80s of that in a bit of a crazy game altogether. And you're gonna be heading into the second map, and let's see what kind of cheese TMs are going to be playing this time, or if maybe it's going to be something a bit different and some kind of standard game altogether. Let's check into the post game real quick so that we don't delay them too much. Just need to be finding the game room, and yep, we are already in it. As Brickhead is, well, gonna be having the high score, not really much of a wonder in that. That'll go James. He tried the strategy, didn't exactly work out for him, as he didn't have all that much of a support in that quickly enough. And therefore the opponents, since they are quite experienced and they kinda know what to do around those situations, they were able to defend it quite fine. But maybe next time it's not going to be all that easy. And yeah, Joe without the opponent in there, just fully booming 78 villages in there already at the end, with Shelty being the closest at 36. Yeah, just a few units overall. Unit skills for Shelty quite plenty. Oh, TC of course helped as well. And they are gonna be all those 17 villages, or how many was it, from Lego James. Kinda skewing the situation a bit in there. Yeah, the drop in there. He didn't even lose everything, it seems like. He still kept a few villages somewhere inside the base or something. But anyway, GG.